Hello everyone, Praise here, and welcome back to more Fire Emblem Warriors. Last time, we met Marth, and now we're going on to the Dragon's Table, which was talked about where there's a huge conflict about to happen, or yeah, it's a ceremony, yes. But before we start off here, I just wanted to look at I wanted to do a handful of things. I wanted to go in and increase... I forget if I've already done this. I technically have already done this, but I am, well...
This okay?
Success. I did mean to do this before we started off the last episode, or not the last episode, before we started things, but so...
This okay? Success.
Increase the use of all of our stuff, so a little bit of upgrades. But something else I wanted to show off something here is... Oh.
This okay? Success. This okay?
I don't think it held on to my upgrades I put in.
This okay? Success.
Well, that's interesting. Anyway.
Which one?
But anyway, back out here. I wanted to come to the convoy because something unlocked for me as I finished off. I basically shut off the recording. I went back to the title screen to basically close the game, and it popped up a bunch of notifications. One, which is spoilers, which thankfully you guys didn't see spoilers.
Yes.
But also the fact that costumes are a thing for each character. Now, only 2 characters that we have on this screen here, this includes the DLC, have costumes at this point. We'll probably see anybody's actual costumes later on. But a costume unlocked for both Liana and Rowan is the golden royalty costume. So characters do get costumes, and it's more or less limited to 2 costumes per character, minus 1 or 2 characters that have, we'll say, favoritism on costumes. We'll put it on just to have that available to us in cutscenes and whatnot, and have a little bit of extra flair. Anyway, now that I've gabbed on about dumb things for the last 2 minutes, the things that I probably did at the end of the last episode, let's move into the story once again.
We've almost reached the Dragon's Table. I wonder what Validar is planning.
Me too. I guess we'll find out when we get there. Right, Robin?
Robin, are you okay?
Yeah. Something's wrong. What's the matter?
I just haven't been able to sleep well lately. My head.
You don't look well at all. You probably need rest.
You're right. I should probably sit out the next battle.
You're in no shape to protect yourself. I'll stay back and keep an eye on you.
Thanks, Crom.
We won't have to worry with Prom watching over you.
You can leave the Dragon's Table to us.
Actually, I've got something that needs my attention.
What? You aren't going to fight with us?
I'm sorry, I'll catch up with you later.
Very well.
Come on, everyone. Prepare yourselves for the battle ahead.
Defeat mages and Validar. So let's see. Map deployment, I want to make sure that, okay, everything is mostly the same here. Although we can replace, I'm going to leave Frederick in here because Crom was part of the necessary victory options, but Crom is elsewhere in the battlefield. I think he's right here. Nope, that's Darius. Yeah, Crom's back here. But this is a battle that kind of alludes to something that I wasn't aware of in the game, in the overall Fire Emblem lore, so to say, and kind of interesting that I found out now. What's this key? Chest key from the chest. Oh, there's chest back there. Okay. And lastly, before I forget, Anna's conditions: 1,000 enemies once again. All right, let's hop in and get started with the battle. There's so many things I've tried, like, that I'm aware of in the greater Fire Emblem lore, so to say, but it's probably like an iceberg in the grand scheme because I don't know all the characters and their personalities for the most part, except maybe like 3. So when those 3 things finally come up and I have to tongue-in-cheek, it's like, man, I sound like the worst person to keep a secret with. Anyway. Oh, bro. But anyway, the the combat, or no, combat. Oh, thank you. Well, it sucks that it stands.
Powering that barrier. Let's keep an eye out and fight.
I want to say that, what is it? The Dragon's Table is kind of where things turn a little bit ugly or a little bit rough when it comes to difficulty. Like, up until this point, it's very much been a very easy, it's been kind of like an easy romp regardless of what difficulty you're on, but whatever, if you chose normal or higher, I think this is the point where the game kind of tests your resolve on making sure you've done everything right and upgrade as much as possible. Oh. Well, that's all done. Now, there's something, what is it? There's something here a lot of times when I play these games, like, the game will very blatantly say, hey, you need to do this thing right here, and I kind of ignore it. Hello? Ah. So, flight routes, because Cordelia should be here to help with this, and only those that can fly can cross these routes. So that's the trade-off of having some character that with Pegasus in this case, is that they can cross very specific gaps, kind of shortcutting it, making a mission easier almost. But I've elected to not use Cordelia at all. I don't like how Cordelia controls in this game. Granted, I'm not a huge fan of how most characters control in this game. There's like a few that's like kind of break the stigma for me of who controls well and who doesn't control well.
Soon I'll be able to stop them for good.
Well,
See the report.
well, Lissa, you're there. You're there. Heal Crom. That's something you do have to do though. It's like occasionally you do have to check the map and be like, oh, my character I have positioned that can heal can heal a character that will stop the win or loss condition. I have to actively tell them to please prevent the loss condition from occurring. Anyway, I'm going to let those bases be, and I'm going to start moving back a bit, because if I don't think...
The enemy's on the move.
Yeah, I think if I don't start falling back and handle some enemies at this point, our home base will start falling under attack and dying, so... This is unfortunately the only bad part about focusing on using one character, is that I kind of have to spend this time waffling back and forth between between outposts. There's a captain in the outpost that just got, by the way. Also, do I have any submissions yet? I just realized that. Submissions, I don't think any submissions yet. Also, I think this song is... I think this song is kind of important. And Frederick is hanging out with Darius. You know what? You two go at it. Have fun. You know, I could actually start controlling Frederick right now and just kind of have fun with that, but I'm not going to. Liana, I realize you have the sword advantage, but you're not doing it. Anyway, moving on. Oh, I can't go in there because the door's locked. They keep shutting the doors on me. That's nice.
Stop the Gristone army. Don't let them reach Crom and Robin.
I will if you let me act here. Okay, they're over here. Looks like it's just the ones over here. Or it's something else entirely. Don't worry, I gotcha.
Someone is being attacked. We have to help out.
Don't worry, I'll help out with my spear. My very powerful spear. I don't think I equipped my iron spear. So I'm still using a very poo-poo spear. What? Hit me. Well, let me solve this problem. Did I capture the base? I'm pretty sure I did. I have definitely captured the outpost.
I saw them preparing poison fog.
I've received a report.
Oh, when approaching the altar, be careful. Gotcha. It was literally for a tooltip.
Poison? That sounds like trouble. Thank you for the warning.
Now, we are very much kind of hitting the point of the game already, where like there is a very clear weapon and attack. Well, very clear attack pattern. Oh, I just realized Frederick's spawn with Cordelia increased. I'm gonna go ahead and sauce because I have the ability to sauce. Oh, I'm using all of my. I'm able to use all of my skills right now. That's right. That's what part of the awakening thing is. There we go. That mage is defeated, and there's a treasure chest in here, but I'm pretty sure I still need the key in order to even open it, right? Yes, and I've wasted this boon. I have a way. I have a way with words. A way with words and tactics. Yep. Oh, somebody, Frederick.
This meets my expectations as a knight.
Are you sure it does? Are you sure it does meet your expectations, Frederick? 'Cause I'm pretty sure your perfectionist nature would not allow you to have such a low-ranked boon. That's probably the best way to put it. It's just such a low-ranked boon. Anyway, you need to go. You're not gonna go yet because you're a fort captain and a spear or an axe. So I kind of have the disadvantage in this scenario. But they should handle it. There we go. And that's definitely another level for Oboro. Ooh, actually. Yeah, all that magic you're going to use, Oboro. Get that magic stat. But we are very much closing in on level 15, which is an important level. It is an important... In this game, level 15 is an important level. And I think even in Fire Emblem proper, it is an important level. So... Granted, it's not as important considering in the grand scheme of Fire Emblem, or grand scheme of Fire Emblem, like level 20 is the highest level you can usually get, and in level 20 is the highest level you can get on any character. To my knowledge, it could have been higher since the only Fire Emblem game I have played was the first one that came to the West on Game Boy Advance. But the level 20 was the cap from what I remember in that, but there is something important that happens. And thankfully, I don't think you need something special to make the important thing happen. Now, excuse me while I proceed to take a infantry spearman and force them to move their 3 allotted spaces while my cavalry spearman can move a total of 6, and I'm not using that to my advantage. I was actually having a conversation with some friends, a handful of friends that are the same people who have taught me anything I know about Fire Emblem at this point. And I kind of made realizations about this game here and there that there's a lot of characters that there's a lot in this game where they had to use DLC to patch up like spaces in infantry weapon combinations. But even after that, I realized something even more. Well, profound is not exactly the right word, but I realized something. Is that in the grand scheme of the whole game, in the grand scheme of this entire game, the only character, the only heavy armor character in this game is Frederick, and he's mounted. So that kind of nullifies the negative that nullifies the negative that a heavy armor unit would be in that they are super slow.
We were told to watch out for some sort of poison fog, were we not?
Well, what poison fog are we talking about here?
Enemy looks suspicious. Don't let it escape. There are strange tactics afoot.
Anyway, I'm trying to just...
Mission started.
Oh, defeat... Well, I'm going to go defeat the mage controlling the poison fog, apparently. But I'm first going to farm 1,000... Well, I got Liliana on the other side just in case. I get 1,000 kills and... what is it? And Anna shows up over there. Beep, bop. But there we go. Let's do it.
Go shopping?
I thought so.
I'll go.
Let's get to it.
All right. You're going to need to go over there really quick because the only thing with... the thing with Anna appearing on the map, and this is kind of with a lot of Fire Emblems at this point, is that if they are... Excuse me. if there is a boon or something, not a boon, if there is like a secret collectible that appears on a map, the character that gives the secret collectible usually disappears after like, usually will disappear after like a minute or two. And if you don't get to them in time, that collectible is just gone. Anyway, Poison Fog Mage gonna go down really quick after this critical blow. There, handled. Can I have that key? The key is beyond the wall of darkness I can't get into. I feel like we would have access to Cordelia naturally at this point, so this isn't going like super against the grain of the book at this point of having a spear user. Just they don't have the detriment or the disadvantage of dying if a bow decides to look at me in a funny manner. And the game really wants to trigger an extra cutscene, but I'm currently taking over a fort. See, taking over a fort. So I could go in there, and I kind of do want to go in there. Just well, we can get Valadar, but first things first. First things first is we need to go get the key. Well, we don't need to, but I'm going to. Where is the? That's not a good thing to see. Robin appeared in red.
Robin? What's wrong with you?
Where is?
Could he be possessed?
The mission started.
We need to. Well, we do need to defeat Robin really quick. Now, the best thing to do is actually to take over Lissa while I send Oboro back to handle things. Ah! No. Stop this. Even though I'm facing the wrong way. Don't do this. And that's another level up for Oboro. I can already tell. I can already tell who levels up when at this point, just based on when animations finish up. That's great and all, but I should switch to Lissa. Oh, drawbridges. Well, I would like to. This works. I mean, I seized the fort nearby. Oh. How do we lower the drawbridge? I gotta...
Reinforcements? No matter. Kill every last soldier of the Aetolician army.
I see enemy reinforcements.
Yeah, I should really see... I don't know how exactly to lower the drawbridge. I figured I would just have to go near it and it would happen, but that's not the case. Hold on. Alright, now just to make sure I can actually get there in time, let's controlling Oboro, I need you to come over here to attack Robin. While I come over here and take control over Lissa, because even though I haven't bumped up her stats all that much, she is my only line of defense at this point. So, back in we go!
Sorry in advance, Robin. And I'm gonna knock some sense into you.
I can't. Why can't I do it?
We're in trouble. We've gotta help.
Robin, get out of it.
Well, she's dead. Great.
I like those profit margins.
Yeah, this is a battle I remember having trouble with because this is something that can happen. And also, at this point, if I was playing on classic style, Lissa, I would just no longer be able to use Lissa. So I must go back to the old... Unfortunately, I must go back to the old me for half a minute and use Frederick. Hopefully it doesn't fail. I do remember this is a battle that I failed quite expertly on my own personal playthrough. And had to, like, really try hard to, like, fall back on it. Hold on. I need to save the day as horseman. Would you like to try that again? I actually am I hate that I haven't touched this game in 10 years, and and even though I haven't upgraded Frederick, I still remember his bread and butter.
Brace yourself, Robin. This is going to hurt.
Well, I haven't upgraded him, so I can't use most of his attacks. So, just spamming attack will actually do the job. Man, I forgot how hard Robin can hit in this fight. I really did. Doesn't help that almost every unit I have has no resistance stats, so. Okay. I've smacked Robin about a little bit. I lost Lissa in the process, but I smacked Robin about.
Robin, you okay?
There we go. Take care of that.
I remember is entering the forest.
Thank the gods. I'm out of it. Rest now.
Man, I so do not want to like spam the same. I so do not want to spam dodge like I have been, but dodge is really the only way I can do things well. Anyway, let's see if I can do. Let's see if I can do a little bread butter. That's what I want to do. Yeehaw! You kind of understand why I liked using Frederick in my own personal playthrough. Also, that horse is putting in work. Oh, did I talk over him? I talked over Frederick saying the thing. Alright, and I'm gonna go fight Validar now. However I get there again. The thing about Frederick that I like is just like he dies pretty easily to a lot of common enemy felling tactics. Armor Slayer, Cavalry Slayer, Cavalry Slayer, like a lot of things that are like very easily put on a weapon that can defeat a lot of special unit types that aren't infantry. Frederick falls through very easily, including magic. But Frederick is also incredibly oppressively powerful, so kind of why I avoided using him, because I mean, in the right circumstances, Frederick. Oh Lord, Frederick is a powerhouse. Anyway, I think I've. Oh wait, I still need to do the thing. Oh, you're here.
You cannot undo what is already done. Now then, surrender to your doom.
I actually meant to switch to Frederick and not to Liana. All right, Frederick, you have the treasure. You have the key, so I need you to go. I know. I'm just gonna grab some enemies and just drag them with me. The tactic of Frederick of. The tactic of Frederick of dash, slash, 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 and sure, why not? We'll do a little bit of this too. Dang it. I think I actually talked over one of Frederick's most iconic lines of pick a god and pray. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm like losing the plot because I'm getting back to my old bread and butter tactics. I also used it to open up this doorway so I can go through. Anyway, we're gonna go through this field. Follow me through this field. Follow me through this field. Let's frog through the field where we just pick up people and throw them. Anyway, I gotta be done doing the old me tactics, and I gotta go to get this treasure chest. Frederick, I'm sorry to send you on such a wild mission, but it's your turn. Open. Thank you. That is a spear, or yeah. Oh, it's a staff. Never mind. Nah. You know what? Nah. Validar, I'm sorry. You gotta go. You're behind me, but you gotta go. Now you're in front of me. The only problem of doing things like I am is like, yes, I'm focusing one character right now as my strongest character. Oh, well, I didn't seize all the forts because I just won the battle. That's the only issue with doing what I do, where I focus on one character, is that if I'm not using that one character, I kind of stomp the whole battlefield.
Robin is back to normal, and we beat the enemy general. Looks like a victory.
We should seal this altar so it can never be used for this ceremony again. Thanks to you all, we stopped the ceremony in time. And if that's the case, I won't be needing this mask anymore. In truth, my name is Lucina. I hail from the same world as Crom. Well, I guess our worlds aren't exactly the same. Where we are from, the situation is rather dire. It's a grim future yet to unfold.
You're from the future? Wait, but you said we. Who else came with you?
The hero's origin unveiled at last. Hark! The blood of the virtuous few enriches my veins as well. Blood that I share with another. A gentle soul set adrift on
Let's get to the point.
Okay. Long story short, Liz is gonna be my mom.
Wait! What?
That's right, Mother. I'm your loving son from a far-flung future. But how to prove the truth of my words? Of course, I'll share a secret that only your child would know.
No, stop right there, Owen. No secrets,
Says
because I believe
son?
But Mother, you need to know in your soul that I'm your flesh and blood.
Lucina. You bear the brand. Could it be?
Hello, Father.
Better, Lucina?
Yes, Father.
Father?
Should I call you something else?
No, it's just strange to my ear. I like it.
Crom, Lucina, you got a minute?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but the last patrol returned with vital information. They reported a fierce battle between two armies we've never seen before.
Could they be people who came through the portals like we did?
If that's the case, then there could be a hero from another world with them too.
Hold on. We could get pulled into their war if we do this wrong.
A power above must favor our quest. The solution has revealed itself.
What solution do you mean, Owain?
What are you saying?
Owain, speak plainly.
Oh, maybe we split up and approach both sides at the same time?
If we split our forces and a battle breaks out, we would be in serious trouble.
But a smaller force would be able to move about unnoticed.
Time is critical. Let's take the risk and split into two groups.
That's a rather touching little bit, isn't it? Yeah, again, somebody like myself who's never played Fire Emblem other than like maybe, I'm going to say the first 17 chapters of Fire Emblem 7. It still kind of goes over my head, but it is kind of, that's why I kept shouting, you know, baby dimension. Although I feel like there's some weird paradox of if you tell your parent to be that you are their child, I feel like you're just going to cause a paradox and there's going to be problems for everybody. Surprise, Oboro's MVP.
Is it okay to surpass my liege to become number 1?
And, ooh, Tome. I wonder what Tome was going for. I like how I did that battle underpowered as well, by the way, because I wasn't using my Iron Lance. Oh god, excuse me. Oh. I got a Master Seal. So, Master Seals. If this is kind of, Master Seals are limited, at least in the story mode, which is why I did say, well, it's just a happy coincidence at this point, but why I did say, hey, focus on 4 to 6 characters for the time being. You could probably branch out a little more beyond that, but Master Seals are in finite amounts throughout the game, throughout the main story game. So don't try and advance everybody or try and spread your resources super thin. You are going to have to pick your favorites and use your favorites as you must. To craft a Surge Crest, you'll need Surge Crest to advance you in the next class. So including something that we haven't seen yet. Including something we haven't seen yet, which will pop up as we go throughout the game and possibly after we beat the main story mode. There are enough Master Seals in the game to advance everybody to their second and only other class in the game. As far as I'm aware, in the grand Fire Emblem mythos, a lot of characters can become multiple classes. At least in the later games, they were able to, and advance to alternate classes that don't follow the traditional path. But this is still older Fire Emblem titles where they have one class they can advance to. Okay, I got the gold drop for Robin. I don't know what that will do for me, but it'll do something. Also, so we now have Rowan. So this is going to be a... Oh, Robin is available. Good. So at this point, if I was going to use anybody from the DLC that used the tome, I would say now I'm cool with using them because Lind and Tharja... Linda, again, I don't know exactly how you say it. Linda and Tharja are tome users. Robin's a tome user. At this point, I would say, yeah, now it's free game for me to use a tome user. I'm not going to use them. Also, Lucina is playable. And Lucina does get a... The thing that was a spoiler is something that was for Lucina. Which, again, I'm happy. I'm very happy you didn't get to see that. Can I play History Mode? Invisible Tide. I think the thing I was just talking about with History Mode has been unveiled. I'm sorry, I'm like looking at my options here for what's coming up. So let's go to camp.
Come in. What should we do?
I don't think, just various boons and blessings. I think the best thing to use here is, well, bond blessing for the future. I think there is money blessing. Nope, I don't think that there is a money blessing here. Anyway. Let's see. Crest Market and... Where is... Oberyl's going to be at the very back of it all because of how everything's organized. Oh no, there she is.
What should we do?
Well, she has the Master Seal, but she needs to be level 15, so we have to wait a little bit more. So the Master Seal is what we need this. Once we apply the Master Seal, the rest of her tree will appear to us. That aside, let's go ahead and... Let's actually wait on this. Even though we have this, we can reduce... Well, let's reduce magic from magic sources, because... Oboro is not exactly magically inclined. Okay, I'm gonna get this. And... That's it for here, but something I was gonna show... No, it's not it. Convoy.
Ready for orders.
So we did get a costume for Lucina. You can use any of these without a problem. The bride outfit, it's a little much in my opinion, but I actually do like this costume for Lucina. Too bad I don't like really playing as Lucina. But also, in almost like you kind of see it while we're looking at the screen, but in almost all the promotional art for this game, like they show like the title catch card features so many characters that use swords. Only swords. Oh, it's a little ridiculous. Anyway, I don't know if anything else will get spoiled if we go back here. Let's find out.
This adventure is best when viewed in a bright room and at an appropriate distance from the screen.
Really? So history mode is the other mode I was talking about. Is you can actually go do sub modes. These particular like side modes are actually tooled to be a little bit harder, but they have this stuff is more akin to like what you're used to seeing like with when I saw me play like Age of Calamity and whatnot, where it's got like mini maps that take like 5 minutes each. So there is a specific map I'm kind of looking for in all of this. I may do any research in between, but there's a specific map I'm looking for in history mode that I may try and do to see if I can unlock a character, because one of the unlockable characters is a character I would love to use. I would like to use in this playthrough, but I have to unlock them and they're only available through history mode. Anyway, babbling aside, everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of Fire Emblem Warriors. And come back next time when, well, anyone who knows Fire Emblem on the 3DS family systems knows that we're kind of getting in neck deep into territories that are strange, to say the least. I'll see you folks next time. Take care.